How you doing, folks? This is Chef Kevin. I'm going to apologize right off the bat for the background noise. I have some people working here today doing some renovations. But I wanted to cook off this octopus that I bought earlier this week. I made a octopus stew yesterday. Now, with the remainder of the octopus, I'm going to make grilled octopus tapas and an octopus salad. So octopus two ways. These are the ingredients. There's not really a lot here. This is the remainder of the octopus. It's a little less than 2 pounds. What I'm going to do is braise that in a liquid. The liquid being seafood stock. I'm out of the homemade seafood stock. These commercial ones aren't really that bad in a pinch. They just don't seem to have that much body to them though. So I'm going to use that. And I'm going to use a little white wine, some Chardonnay here. That'll be the braising liquid. The spices that I'll be using: paprika, salt and pepper, of course. I'm going to toss in a couple of bay leaves. And my mirepoix will be onions, onions, tomatoes. Okay, one more time. Onions, carrots, celery, garlic. What I'm going to do is start to saute these three together, and then I'll add the octopus and spices. Okay. Let's get right into this. Okay, I have a 4-quart Dutch oven here. A couple of tablespoons of oil. Should use a light oil. You don't need a lot of flavor in that. Starting to smoke up already. Onions in. Carrots and celery in. That's the standard mirepoix of just about any soup. I have 5 pieces of garlic here, and I'm just going to dump them in. I smashed them with a hammer. There's some skin on it, as you can see, but that's really not all that important because all these solids are going to be pulled out eventually. Okay, I just want to sweat this down. I don't want to give it any color. Sea salt, black pepper. I'm going to go ahead and add my paprika at this point just to get it going. This way it gets roasted a good amount. Going to give this another minute or 2 at the most, and then put the octopus in. A couple of bay leaves. Octopus in. Alright, this is called braising. Braising is a very good method of cooking octopus. This way it tenderizes it. Braising is cooking in a liquid, but not entirely submerged. That is my Chardonnay. Please don't use cooking wine. That stuff is just awful. I'm going to add my fish stock. It's looking good, folks. Okay, I know from experience this is going to take an hour to an hour and 15 minutes at a simmer. So that's what I'm going to do. Simmer this for an hour, and then I'll give it a poke with a fork to see if it's tender or not. If it is, then I'll pull it. If it's not, then I'll let it go a few more minutes. I'm going to go ahead and cook that covered. Keep all those flavors in there. Okay, folks, it's been over an hour, hour and 10 minutes or so. Let's take a look here. So the fork goes into the octopus fairly easily. So this is done. What I'm going to do now is cool it off and then put it in the fridge. It's been cooled off and I placed it in a non-reactive bowl. So what I'm going to do now is cover it up with saran wrap, plastic wrap. Put it in the fridge overnight. This way the flavors will all meld together, and then I'll grill it. Okay, so this is the octopus. It's been sitting overnight. If you want, at this point, you can easily remove the skin. It's easy to use a paper towel and just pull it off. I don't want to wash it under the sink though, because that way you wash off some of the flavor. Okay, what I'm going to do is put a little olive oil I'm going to dry this off a little bit better than that. Put a little olive oil in a dish. Roll it around so it coats, and then I'm going to put it in my grilling pan. I'm going to put a little weight on it. Now what I want to do is get some nice grill marks going. And not only does it look a little bit better, but it'll taste better from the grill marks. I really like to do this over my charcoal grill, but this is March in New York City, and I just don't have that advantage right now. So before we get into it, I'd just like to thank a few people that have been enjoying my videos and commenting. In particular, Robert, Gabrielle, and Warlock. Thanks for watching, thanks for commenting. I've been on YouTube for over 3 years and I have over 300 followers, although that's a drop in the bucket compared to other YouTube chefs. But I appreciate it. I put my heart and my soul into all these videos. So thanks again for watching. Okay folks, let's get right into this because this is my meal tonight and I am hungry. Okay, this is the star of the dish, of course. This is the grilled octopus. It was first braised and then I grilled it in the grilling pan. So it has some nice marks on it, nice grill marks, and those marks add to the taste as well because it's semi-burnt. Okay, this is Mediterranean themed, so I'm going to be using some cilantro, red onion, a red pepper. This will give it some crunch effect. I have 2 serrano peppers that'll add some crunch and some heat. If you're not into hot peppers, you don't have to use them. Sun-dried tomatoes, that's very Mediterranean. Also Mediterranean are Spanish olives with pimentos. Salt and pepper, of course. Extra virgin olive oil. This is what you want to use. This has a lot of taste to it. Don't go cheap on the oil. White wine vinegar, a couple of limes, that'll add some acidity and it'll brighten up the whole dish. Okay, watch how I do it. Okay folks, these are the last 3 tentacles. This is so tender. Octopus is one of those dishes that really never caught on in America. Maybe because it's not native to America. It's quite popular in Mediterranean, of course. I'm going to cut these up into chunks. About a 1/2 inch wide. Not too big, not too small. Now it seems that every time I make a cooking video, I have one particular fan that always comes out to watch me. He's waiting. Okay, folks. My red pepper, red bell pepper. Make sure you don't use the web, because the web could be bitter. My onion, that wasn't the whole onion, but most of it anyway. My cilantro, diced serranos, sun-dried tomatoes, my Spanish olives, you need to go away. Go away. Dogs aren't allowed in my kitchen. Okay. The olive oil. That was a good third of a cup. Oh, this looks so good already. You'll get your food later. Black pepper. White wine vinegar, not too much. A few tablespoons. I can adjust the flavor. I don't want to add salt yet. It's half of a lime. Gonna taste for salt. Need salt. It's always easier to add salt and try to take salt away. Gonna wake it up a little bit more with the other half of a lime. Test for salt. Just a hint more, perhaps. Wow. Okay. I think this is done. So let me plate it and we can analyze it. Okay folks, so your Mediterranean style octopus is served. Let's take a closer look. Okay, let's start out with the most important item, and that is the octopus. It has some nice grill marks on it, and it's very tender. I can cut this with a fork. That is really, really good. Okay, we have the olive with the sun-dried tomato. That really works. The red pepper, red bell pepper, adds a nice little crunch. Can you hear that crunch? the serrano peppers, which I diced fairly small. They're really working out well, I think. You don't want to get a huge piece of serrano pepper, even if you're into peppers. Okay, folks, I think this really came out well. I mean, I hate to toot my own horn here, but this came out well, and I'd like to thank everybody again for watching this video. Enjoy life.